Hey guys, welcome to Goku Light Anime Recommendation. And today I thought I would just talk about a short series show that I watched as a kid and I rewatched recently. I wouldn't even say as a kid, I would say more like I watched it a couple years ago. Like somewhere between 3 to 4 years ago. And I rewatched it about a week ago. And so it's called Jyu Oh Sei, also called Planet of the Beast King. And it's pretty good. It's about 12 episodes. Going into it, there's a lot of really good stuff, and the only reason it's not great is because there's some minor things that are just a little like let's just knock off the negatives right away so we don't have to bring them back up once we get into the good stuff. So negatives. The main character is named Thor. Me personally, I thought that was just kind of the main protagonist, as you would, or yeah. And then you have the main like looming villain that you kind of get in the background. You don't really see him throughout the whole thing, so like the last episode or two, and his name's Odin. That's kind of yeah. The names, I don't really like the names, to be honest. The only name I really like out of any of them in the show is Tiz. She was pretty cool. Anyways though, now positives, there's tons of them. Short series, so you can very easily sit down and watch it in one sitting. On top of that, it is, I would say, very easy to understand and watch. You know, it's not too complex. Storyline is good, very good actually. There is little twists and turns here and there. I mean, if anything, I'd kind of maybe one extra complaint would be that it's pretty fast paced. I think it would be better if it was like 24 or 26 episodes. It would have been a great anime. But it's 12 episodes, which isn't horrible, just kind of rushes it a bit. And so, that being said, the show follows Thor. He starts off living in a colony with his twin brother. It's 350 years have passed since basically society has landed, or I would say not landed, but has moved. Humanity itself has moved to a new colony, the Balkan star system, which is supposed to be like 150 light years away or some shit like that, you know, some story they put together and whatnot. And so they're living in this colony. It starts off pretty basic. You have these kids talking, their brothers, they're coming home from school or something like that, and then it just bam, all of a sudden it's third gear. You have their parents being basically murdered. Already on the floor in their house, taken out in an office or a study or something like that. You have a whole bunch of people that look like SWAT or officers running around, basically swoop them up right away. And next thing you know, they're dropped off on this crazy planet named Planet Chimera. I believe it's called, yeah, Planet Chimera. And Chimera is the planet itself is basically for all of society's villains, or like basically criminals. You know, basically, instead of having a jail or anything like that, they just drop all the murderers and criminals off on this planet. And this planet is somewhat terraformed, but it's carnivorous or something. However you say that word, carnivorous. Basically the planet itself eats people. You know, the planet is alive. There's plants all over it, and yeah. So it's enjoyable. You know, you have a pretty crazy atmosphere. Right away, these young kids that are twins are put into a situation where they're fighting for their lives on this planet. Right away, they run into this guy named Zagi, who's pretty much like a bandit, or a kid that's just on his own, but he knows a whole bunch of other kids that are on their own. You find out that all these criminals have formed their own society. It's like a Chimera society. It's called the Four Rings, and you have like a top, a second, and a third. Basically, their hierarchy, everything's ran through power, and how it would be in a society without rules, kind of thing. And ultimately, I don't want to get too far into it because I don't want to spoil it. Pretty good anime. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. For sure worth watching. 12 episodes. I'll put some links below, some images as well. Jyu Oh Sei, Planet of the Beast King. Basically, you have this kid thrown into a foreign world. He doesn't know why. He just basically came home from school one day and his parents were murdered. He's put on a planet with all these criminals, and now he wants to survive. And basically, all he's told from coming to the very beginning of this planet is the only way you can leave is if you become the Beast King. the Beast King is allowed to leave planet Chimera. So ultimately, Thor's quest from the beginning becomes become the Beast King. And you know, if that interests you and you want to see how does this kid survive on this fucked up planet, then be sure to click one of the links below about the anime. And if this seems like something that's a waste of your time, then thank you for watching anyways. And if you haven't subscribed in the past, please do me a favor and subscribe. And yeah, have a great day.